Chapter 3, The Documented Essay on a Concept. Lesson 1, Academic Research and the Documented Essay in the 21st Century. This lesson begins by asking several important questions. What is academic writing? What does it mean to write in the register of academic discourse? What are the significance of the terms academic, documented, and scholarly when describing works produced by student and researcher? The lesson is divided into main parts: the register of academic discourse and research of documentation in the 21st century. Objectives. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to: number 1, know the characteristic of academic writing by reading if from academic papers. 2. Write a paragraph using a register, language, and style, appropriate to academic context. 3. Know the principle and method of research in the 21st century. 4. Evaluate and select sources of information on a relevant topic. And 5. Organize bibliographic information from a variety sources into a sample reference list. Outline, academic writing, documented essay, sample of documented essay. Academic writing. Some believe that academic writing means sounding like a research paper, which they associated highfalutin or jargons. Feel language, a stiff style and the absence of writer voice or opinion, and boring and rehashed topic. Characteristic of academic writing: plan and focus, structure, evidence, formal in tone and style. Specific and clear language. Academic writing should not sound pompous. Pompous language obscures meaning. Example, scintillate, scintillate, globule or effect. Fair would I fathom thy nature specific. Lofty lie, perched in the ether capacious, strongly resembling a gem carbonaceous. Rocco and Hatcher, 2011. A highly technical and scientific words. For example, carbonaceous gem. For diamond, hide the very simple meaning of stanza. Paraphrase of the nursery rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Academic writing should not be difficult to read because academic knowledge is meant to be shared with others. Beside obscure and pompous prose irritating instead of using unnecessarily difficult words, or falling prey to the thesaurus syndrome, or looking for the longest possibly synonym for a word. Students should aim for precise and appropriate language. Specific and clear language. One should write in the register or style of academic writing. This means the rules of standard English or avoiding usage that are considered ungrammatical or non-standard. This also means avoiding language in colloquial or conversation in informal contexts. Example, when talking casually with close friends or family members, conversational shortcut or construction such as I am, for I am, and don't, for do not are common. Also, certain discourse communities, group of communicators with common goals or interests is typically use slang terms or in groups expression that are either unique to the community or have a different definition of community than for other users. Example, shippers. In the slang of fan communities of fandom had nothing to do with sea vessels. It derives from relationshippers, or people who care deeply about the romantic relationship between their favorite character in fiction and real life. Teacher, 2015. Table 1. Informal or non-standard versus formal and standard usage. Informal or non-standard usage. Alright, a lot result to discuss about cough up with non-standard information or unique to certain varieties of English. Good, as in good, book and precise. Can, won't, I, just, didn't. Conversational speech, base contraction. Gana, gata, conversational speech, base shortcuts. more formal or precise equivalents. Alright, a lot result in discuss, cope with acceptable usage in standard written English. Entertaining, insightful, interesting, instructive, precise. Cannot, I will not, I will, she is, did not. Spell out as two words. Going to, have to. Spell out. A balanced and credible voice. Writer's voice should not sound credible. Therefore, balance, objective, and not overly emotional. Emoji emotion. Exclamation point whether single and multiple dramatic ellipses don't have a place in academic writing. Example, cluttering writing. Personal approach, tighter writing, more organized and professional approach. Writer focus, focus on the writer. Focus on the subject, socially and culturally relevant topics. Consider topics or research areas in light of their social and cultural significance. Documented essay. Documented essay is another term for academic paper that suggests more than just the style and tone of writing, while the term documented emphasizes that any kind of scholarly or academic writing requires the writer to do. Read and gather information from a variety of relevant sources that on a chosen topic. Clearly acknowledge these supporting sources. Add to scholarship by selecting, arranging, commending on, or even debunking the information from these sources. Documented essay versus standard essay. Standard essay and documented essay consist of an introduction with an explicitly stated central argument or thesis, three or more supporting paragraphs, and a conclusion. Standard essay, the generally known fact that personal experience of the writer are sufficient to support the thesis, while documented essay requires concrete supporting information from relevant sources. Plagiarism is the wrongful appropriation and stealing in the publication of another author's language, thoughts, ideas, or expression, and the representation of them as one's own original work. Plagiarism is considered academic dishonesty and a breach of journalistic ethics. Is when you borrow someone else's words and make this affair as on your own. Three essential elements of how to acknowledge the sources properly. 1. Attributes. Reference to the author or title of the source. 2. In-text of parenthetic citation. Refers to the any quoted paraphrase summarized material should be followed. 3. A list of work cited. List of all reference or sources. The principle of documentation. Different discipline and professor require different documentation style. Some example style for referencing sources are American Physiological Association or APA, which mean emphasizes the authors that date of a piece of work, Chicago, which is widely used for history and economics. Vancouver, which is used in medicine.